Coming up next, how to answer what is your desired salary, and then employers with more incentives to keep people from quitting. We have an update on Momentum Monday, and we take your calls, and it starts now. All right, welcome to the Ken Coleman Show, helping you discover and do what you were born to do, doing it greatly. It's all about purpose and peak performance in your work, because what you do matters. You were created to fill a unique role. You are needed, and you must do it. We want to help you make money and experience meaning. So welcome aboard. It's a caller-driven show. 844-747-2577. You can call in and get coached up right here on the spot, and it's a free call. 844-747-2577. If you like the show, if you've been watching for a while and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Give us a thumbs up while you're watching the show today. You can also engage in the YouTube chat room here as well. I like to kind of dive in every once in a while, see what the comments are. So welcome. All right, let's get to this. So one of the most practical things that we get asked about on a regular basis is, Ken, what do I say in the application process for what is your desired salary? I mean, this is an intimidating question, right? Because you're going, oh, what do I say? How do I say it? That's really the anxiety there. And so we've written an article on this that goes into a deep dive, and you can get that at Ramsey Solutions if you just search, what is your desired salary? The Ken Coleman Show is part of Ramsey Solutions, if you're wondering why I sent you to Ramsey Solutions, not to kencoleman.com. But this particular article is there, how to answer what is your desired salary. Now, I just want to break down a couple of things really quick for those of you that are engaged here. So the first thing is you need to be realistic. The worst thing you can do is put your pie in the sky number, right? Well, Ken, I'm going to throw a high number out. Bad idea. Because if you throw a high number out early on, we're talking application process. You got a really good shot of getting ignored because they feel like this person, they're overqualified. This is where this term comes from. It's people trying to come up with a nice way to say no to you because your salary demands are too high. All right, so let's break this down. What do you do before you put the answer down? What do you do before you even try to answer this question? Do some research first. Research, right? Online, what's the market value out there for somebody with your skill level and experience? Talk to some recruiters in the field. That's always a great place to start because they're looking for talent. So what are they telling you about your the job you're going for, your skill set, your experience based on your resume, what you've got? Talk to people who are in it, that are doing it. Okay? Ranges. There's all kinds of ways that you can determine what the market-based value is. And again, I've said this a million times on the show. By getting that range, you're going to see where what you are making currently, what you want to make in the future, where it falls on the range. High, medium, low. It's very important that you know that. Think about cost of living. If it's a move involved, do your research on cost of living. That's really important. And then also think about benefits. What benefits do you currently have? Could you live without? Gotta have, that kind of thing. Look at the total picture, okay? So that you have a good idea, A, what the market is bearing, if you will. And then look at the benefits and things of that nature. What are non-negotiables for you? What are negotiable there? And then think about cost of living, okay? Now, here's what I believe. I don't think you should put a number in there. People right now are starved for talent. Companies are. They're looking for people. I wouldn't put a number in on the application. I'd leave it blank. And instead of words like negotiate, if there's any back and forth, discuss is the word, not negotiate. Don't come at it like they feel like they've got this tension-filled conversation come up. Keep it simple. I would not put in a number until you're asked. And when you're asked, say, look, I did the research. Don't just answer and go, here's my number. Boop. I did the research. Here's what I am making. Here's what I want to make based on this, blah, 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 blah. And here's the number. I'd like to be around this number here. And here's where it is in the range, and here's why I want this number. Because when they know that you're informed, it's a completely different posture and back and forth. But if you just throw something out there and you have no idea if it's high, medium, or low, especially if you throw a high number out and you don't have the credibility to back it up, it could be a problem. So again, much deeper dive, walk you step by step and how to answer what is your desired salary. We've got a great kind of checklist for you in this article. You can search what is your desired salary at RamseySolutions.com. So there you go. Check it out there. 844-747-2577 is the number. Let's get to the phone. San Diego, California is where Allison joins us. Allison, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
You bet, Allison. How can I help?
So I left a job that I was not really happy with because I honestly was just thinking that I was getting paid way less than I deserved. And I took a new job that I thought was going to be amazing because of the money, which I know is a mistake after listening to you, but I didn't find you until after I took this job. So there's that.
Okay.
So now I am in 4 months in, and I can't. This job is just soul-sucking, and I need to move on.
Yeah.
But I am a type A personality, and I am a people pleaser, trying to recover, but I am, and I don't know how to resign. Like, I'm terrified to resign, and I automatically go to, well, I'm just going to lie and say I'm moving out of state or something like that, which I know is ridiculous, but that's where my mindset is.
Yeah,
so I'm just looking for some guidance on, where to go from here. I did take your Get Clear assessment, and so I was thrilled with that, and it was so spot on, which I knew deep down. This is just like you are right, Erica.
I love that. So what did it say? What did your purpose statement say?
I was created to use my talents of organization, execution, and instruction to perform my passions of finishing, analyzing, and planning to accomplish my mission of achievement, which is just so spot on. I am an organization freak, and I've been able to figure out where that sweet spot is.
Good.
And
Good. So you know what?
A role I had previously, I was like, oh yeah, no, that's where I want to be, and so I just need to move on from this. But it's only been 4 months, and I'm like,
doesn't matter. So here's the deal. You think there's a couple things going on. I think the two fears, you tell me if I'm wrong, but from what I hear, I think the two fears, and we've got to name these. So that's why I want you to correct me if I'm wrong, and let's get super, super detailed on what the fear is. I think I'm hearing the fear of what others are going to say about you, letting them down, disappointing them. They're going to say bad things. They're going to say hurtful things. They're going to think I betrayed them, blah, 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 blah.
Absolutely.
And I think the other fear is that you're going to be judged by the next employer over this. So you're not going to be able to move on because they're going to go, oh, she's a flake. Sound about right?
Spot on.
Okay. So give me the high level. Don't throw anybody under the bus. But let's assume that I'm a new employer and I see all the things that I'm going to see, that you're an absolute freaking rock star. And I go, so Allison, you've only been at your current company for 4 months. Why moving on? What are you going to say?
Right now, what I've been saying when I'm talking to future employers is that it just is not the right fit. The culture is not right for me. And I had an idea of what this job was, and I didn't do the research. And so I'm doing a lot more research on the jobs that I am applying for, and really digging into that to make sure that it's the right fit for me, that I can be happy long term.
How do we know? Do we know that we're going to be the best fit for you? What's that process going to look like?
Oh man! Oh goodness! I think I would have to. I'd have to talk to employees. Honestly, I think I'd have to see what that culture is. I'd really like to spend time here, just to see if I fit within the culture and if I am a good fit before anybody has to make a commitment.
Yeah. What are you looking for in a culture? If you heard something, what would you need to hear?
I would need to hear that it's a team environment, that everybody's opinions are valid, and you go in a nice direction, that people feel valued and important.
Yeah. Okay, good. So I put you on the spot. You did really good. But here's what I think. I think you need to do your own homework. I don't want you to put this on these potential employers. I'm curious to know how that's gone so far. Any actual conversations about this?
A couple of interviews, but just first round interviews. I'm hoping for some second round interviews.
So we really don't know how this is playing out. So here's what I want you to do.
No, we don't.
In your interviews, I want you to ask questions like, how would you describe the culture here? What does a win look like for a person in this position? Who is the type of person that you think is the best fit for this? Like, put those questions on them. And the reason I want you to do that is because their answers are going to reveal a lot to you.
Right.
Okay. And then you on your own behind the scenes, I don't want you going and go, I need to know if this is a good place. I'm going to have to follow people around. I don't want you to do that. It's going to make you seem like a control freak and paranoid and all that. I don't want you to come across that way because I don't think that's who you are. But you can do all that on your own. But I think the questions you ask in the interview process, like I just gave you, and then you doing your homework online, talking to people, who do I know that knows somebody that works over there? I think you can figure that out. But when they ask you, I think you just have to go more with, you know what, here's the deal. They came after me. I took it. I probably should have done, I know I should have done more research. And here's the deal. Good folks, nothing negative to say other than this is not a great fit. And I know what a great fit looks like now. And I think you guys are it. You know, I mean, kind of go that direction. Okay. But here's the deal. Back to your main point. You need to resign and get over it. You're not doing anything wrong. There's nothing ethically or morally wrong with you. You didn't do your research. It's like saying, should you stay in a relationship long after you know that guy's not the right one for you?
Right.
Just because you don't have the guts to break up with him?
Right.
So come on. Of course you're not going to lie. You're not going to make up all these. Just go in there and go, hey, look. But here's the deal. Resign once you have something. I think you can stay in there long enough for that. Then I think it's easier.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no,
All right, then.
I just couldn't.
All right, so look. So the bottom line is you don't even tell them until you've got something else to go to. And you go, hey, look, here's the deal. This is on me. I didn't do my research. This just isn't a good fit. And I got to tell you, while I know this is disappointing to you, and it's disappointing for me because I wanted it to work out, I'm not going to steal from you and just fake it and go through the motions. That's not fair to you all. It's not fair to me. So I'm really sorry about it. But look, this is the right thing for both of us. And you own it and you move on. Who cares what they say? As long as you handle yourself with class, and you will, correct?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
All right, then. I know it stinks, but this is called being a grown-up. And you got to summon all that type A and bite the bullet. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
you got this. You're awesome. 844-747-2577 is the number. Des Moines, Iowa is where Sarah joins us now. Sarah, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you, Sarah?
Oh, not too bad.
All right. What's going
on? So currently I kind of started with a new employer going on week 4, and onboarding has been interesting. So I'm kind of trying to figure out, how long or how many chances do you give kind of a new employer when onboarding isn't going well?
Oh my, tell me, can you give me an example or two of what's not going well in onboarding?
Yeah, so and I don't know if you would even remember, but a couple months ago I was visiting and my sister had to stop in and drop some stuff off. So I talked to you and John briefly about a few different opportunities that I kind of had on the table when you guys were doing the Dave Ramsey show.
Oh, okay. And
so I ended up going with this new opportunity, and it was kind of it's kind of an open operational support position. They kind of informed me that I would be doing kind of like functional excellence and improvement processes and stuff like that, which is in my wheelhouse. So the first week I started, they'd forgot to even put me in the system. So I wasn't set up to even kind of be onboarded or started. So the first week it was kind of like, okay, no login, no password, no nothing. And then I think it took them 3 weeks for me to get a phone. I still don't have a company computer. And then, so the first week I kind of spent some time with some employees, kind of traveling, visiting a few different stores, kind of getting a feel for the business.
Oh
The
my
second
gosh.
week, they kind of forgot about me. So I'd reached out to my manager, kind of like, hey, I don't have any training planned for this week. What facility do you want me at?
Oh my gosh.
No response for 2 days.
Okay. All right. I've heard enough. I've heard enough. You need to walk away with honor. I would find something else. I would let these losers pay you while you find something else. They are absolute dolts. They don't even have any idea what they're doing. It's sad. It's not even funny. I mean, it's like,
I mean, they are a good company, and it's a lot of great people. I just the way that they're handling the onboarding.
No, they're not a good.
For me.
No. There's nothing in that description that says that that's a good company. You're very nice. This is a get out of jail free card. You literally can go, hey, I went on board with the last company and this is what happened. I held on for 4 weeks, but I just have no faith that it's going to get any better. And they're not, I can't even do what I was hired to do. No, it's time to move on. You don't stick it out any longer. That is pathetic.
Okay.
There is no excuse on the face of this earth that justifies the way they're handling that.
Okay, I just want to make sure I wasn't crazy.
No, I would tell. I was watching the faces of the team in the control room. It feels like this is a Saturday Night Live skit. You know, it's like the guy. It's like the guy who ends up in the basement in Office Space. You know, nobody has the heart to even tell him he's been fired. You know, so no, this is awful. It's time to move on. Life is too short, Sarah. You got too much to offer. This is literally turning into a wacky comedy. You know, 4 weeks on the job, no computer, no phone. You tell your leader it takes 2 days for her to respond to you.
No, my actual manager didn't call me till this morning, and this would be week 4. So I never actually talked to my physical manager until this morning.
The hits keep coming. This is like a horrible sitcom. Sarah.
They had me for 7 days because they didn't know what to do with me. I filed paperwork. I was like, really? You guys are paying me and my skill set for this? I just got super, super frustrated in my head.
Yes. Yes. So. Why would you? Yeah. Sarah, leave. Find something else.
Would it make sense? So the company I left, they had actually given me 3 different opportunities. Would it make sense to go back?
Yeah.
And talk to them about any of those that might still be open?
Did you leave well?
Yeah. They were sad to see me go.
Okay, I'd call them back and go, you're not going to believe this. Because you told them, what was the reason you told them for leaving? Why'd you leave them? What'd you tell them? I want to know what the narrative was.
So, part of the reason that I left is during 2020, our business had gone through what they called transformation. So with that, my current role at the time got overhauled, and I was pretty unhappy with my manager in my current role. So I had applied for some internal roles, and this company had also kind of pursued and recruited me for, potential opportunity. And so I just ended up kind of saying, maybe I need to try something new, and they were offering me, something that I know I excel at. I'm very good at, standardizing and improving processes and, implementing new processes into the business. And so it sounded like that was 100% in my wheelhouse.
All right. So let me ask you this. Is there a position like that at your old company?
So the positions that were on the table had components of that they would leverage me for. One of the positions in particular, I'd worked for that manager previously, and he knows that that's my skill set, so he does tend to give me projects that.
Okay, so here's so here's the deal. I spoke a little quickly because I assumed incorrectly that you were in your sweet spot at the other position at the other company, that this was just a kind of a step up. I think if you can truly say that you're going to spend 75% of your day in your wheelhouse, as you've been saying, that's the sweet spot. That's where you're using your talent to perform your passion, to produce your mission. Okay. And you've heard me talk about that on the show, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, then. So I would not go back to them unless they've got something on the table that would allow you to spend 75% of your day in your sweet spot. Because if not, let's just keep moving on. Somebody out there needs you. Trust me, this is the best time in the world. Trust me. Sarah, this is the best time in the world to get hired right now. It's just a function of you being disciplined and being patient to choose the right thing, okay? Because now you know what it is. This is just a joke of a company. It's so laughable. I don't even know how to analyze it. But doesn't change the fact that you know the kind of work you love to do, and this was supposed to be it, okay? So keep moving forward. 844-747-2577 is the number, 844-747-2577. I mentioned right now that it's the best time to move. I'm waiting for the numbers to come out. They're coming out soon. September, another record. I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but August was 4.3 million people leaving their jobs. September, an even higher number. I expect October, this trend to continue. People are leaving, they're moving on. That's why I wrote my book, From Paycheck to Purpose. I mean, actually, I had no idea it would trend like this. But if you're on the hunt for a job postings are skyrocketing, and there's a whole lot involved. It's a little bit mind-numbing and intimidating. That's why if you're on the search, you've got to use my friends at ZipRecruiter. They've got the best technology. They've got companies looking for talent. Their process is a whole lot easier and not time-consuming or frustrating. One-click profile, resume up, they start promoting you, recruiting for you. Companies that have jobs that match your profile, that give you updates when you get a look, when you get a like, and when someone requests your information to contact you. It's the easiest way to get hired. ZipRecruiter.com/Ken, ZipRecruiter.com/Ken. All right, quick break. When we come back, update on what companies are doing to try to get people to stop quitting them and recruit people in that. Plus, we got some great updates on this Monday. This is the Ken Coleman Show.
Our world is changing, but so are we. Now, we see a smile through someone's eyes. We conquer our struggles and cherish each moment because we're shielded through faith and assured by hope. And greatest of all, we love. The world is different, but so are we.
Welcome back to the Ken Coleman Show. This is where we help you discover and do what you were born to do. Your uniqueness is your greatness, and we want to help you channel that so that you can live and work like very few other people, truly making the money you want, and the meaning in the work is there as well. 844-747-2577. Speaking of, we are really doubling down here. I'm excited to be working with one of the teams here at Ramsey Solutions, Ramsey Education, and we are we're going to be having a lot of fun. We're going to be training people to get great jobs, and you don't have to go to higher ed, university, college. So one of the things we're going to do is we're giving away a free project management crash course. Project management is one of the most versatile skills and positions in the marketplace. It just is. So many different options, so many different fields. Very, very valuable. And you don't have to go to college to be a great project manager. So here's the deal. Thursday, November 18th, if you are an existing project manager and you want to get promoted and move up the ladder, or you're somebody who you've got that organizational skill, you're all about solution and efficiency, and you may want to look into what would it take to be a world-class project manager. We're hosting a project management crash course on Thursday, November 18th, okay? Thursday, November 18th, project management crash course. I am joining our Ramsey Solutions Chief Technology Officer, Brendan Wojtko, who leads all the project managers here at Ramsey Solutions. So we're going to talk about what it makes to be great at it, different styles of project management, and some practical tips you can apply to your journey, your career to move up right now. All the details will come to you if you just text the word project. Text the word project to 33789. So this is a great thing. It's free, people. I'm not selling you anything. I'm giving you something. Text the word project to 33789. All right. The shifting workplace continues to shift. What are the trends? What's going on? Companies trying to keep people. Companies trying to attract people. Let's dive into it in the news. Okay, a New York Times article headline reads, "We'll give you a week off. Please don't quit." It reminds me of one of the most embarrassing moments I've ever seen in presidential politics. The last cycle when Jeb Bush was running for the nomination, he was somewhere and he said something he thought was really powerful. And apparently the audience didn't react the way he wanted to. And this is hilarious. He literally goes, "Please clap." And I think that's where companies are at right now, right? They're like, please don't quit. Come on, leaders. You got to get ahead of this thing. Wow. Okay. So in this article, this is a firsthand kind of a Tiffany Hu and Lauren Hirsch. Hope I said those names right. They kind of did some research on this, and they've got several people that they highlight in several different industries. Here are the quick takeaways. A lot of companies are now closing down for a full week around Labor Day. That's the plan. They did it this year and then plan going forward. This is even in the agency world where they're known for the churn and burn schedule. Extended breaks have also been put in place by companies like LinkedIn, Twitch, Hearst Magazines, Bumble, the financial firm, and they're putting in extended breaks throughout the year. One company, Catalyst Software, said it was offering its employees something called PTO Palooza, an initiative that includes a week off and an outdoor party. Getaway, a hospitality company, is replacing Labor Day with Labor Week. Other companies are starting to do things like Self-Care Week and Global Week of Rest and Recharge Week and Operation Chillax. So all these things, they sound good, and I think, temporarily are probably good. But why the need to do this in the first place? I'm not going to try to unpack that, but I think that's the question leaders are going to have to answer, companies are going to have to answer. And you as prospective employees are going to have to deal with this in the interview process. We've not talked a lot about this, but, if you're in high demand and companies are coming after you hard, you've got some leverage. And you got to say, hey, what's the work-life situation? One of the things that's mentioned in this article, I didn't plan to mention, but some of these financial firms, okay, are telling junior workers, hey, don't work so much on the weekend. That's ludicrous to me that they even have to say that. Because there's one thing between somebody choosing to go, hey, I'm trying to put the work in, I'm busted, or whatever. But there's an expectation at a lot of these places that the amount of work they got to get done, the only way they're going to get it done. And the reality, it's not just an expectation. The reality is it's going to take 6 and 7 days of participation on some level. So why do I share this? Because I think there's now more than ever leverage for you when you're going through the interview process to understand and set clear boundaries on what is expected of you. Because I'm going to tell you something, as bad as it got during COVID, and I understand it was a squeeze, but a lot of leaders didn't wake up and they've not learned anything from it. And now you're seeing these companies going, whoa, we got to do this. But I'm going to tell you something, leaders and companies, and those of you that are putting yourself out there, an extra week around labor, an extra week of vacation is only going to Band-Aid what is a deeper wound. And we've got to get to the point where we get efficient, where we put clear expectations on people that working 50 and 60 and 70 hours a week is just not sustainable. And quite frankly, it's not necessary. There needs to be a shift. Why do we do what we do? How can we do it better? What are expectations with customers? At some point, we got to figure this out because I think a lot of companies are losing talent and they don't even know what to do about it. And so this is something we've got to look at. 844-747-2577 is the phone number. Okay, one of the things we love to do is we love getting feedback from you all. ask@kencoleman.com is the email address if it's easier to email. Or you can reach out to us on Facebook, The Ken Coleman Show, or on Instagram @Ken Coleman. And we love getting updates from you folks. Where you're making just a little bit of progress, you got a celebration, you want us to celebrate with you, we will do it. And here's the thing, it's not just for you. It's that these stories encourage others. And so we want to share those. We do this on Mondays. We call it Momentum Monday. All right. So we recently put out a fun purpose conversation in the old Ramsey living room we made up. and went out on YouTube, and G commented, "Whoa, what a discovery for me after watching this conversation. I'm beginning to understand that my purpose does not change, though my job roles may look different. Thank you, Ken and team, for such an insightful discussion." And if people don't know this, haven't seen this, Alex, they can get this at YouTube. They just go to the Ken Coleman Show on YouTube, and they can find the conversation there. It was with all of the Ramsey personalities, my colleagues. And I thought it would be fun to put them all in a room and let's just talk about our why. Let's talk about our journey. Let's talk about our fear. Let's talk about our failures, our doubts. And it's fun. And I wanted to, in some ways, not just encourage you folks, but I wanted you to see what a conversation with other people who are on purpose will yield. You need to start having those conversations with other people. We need some more of these living room conversations. You need to do it in your living room. Caleb emailed us, ask@kencoleman.com. He said, I was on the show a few months ago, called Ken, and I just found out last week that I got the call that I am, in fact, going to get the job as a firefighter. I feel like getting on the show and speaking with Ken was God giving me a link to go for it. I ended up getting hired by the department that I applied to first. Wow, that's awesome, Caleb. Thank you for sharing. And then Shelly wrote in on our Facebook page, I'm currently a part-time teacher working with basic skills and ELL students. I've taken the career assessment because I feel that while I enjoyed teaching, I've not found my true purpose in my work. My life is also filled with my husband, 2 kids, a dog, and 7 ducks. Well, that's kind of fun. That's what I need. I need ducks because they just do their thing. You know, I guess you feed the ducks, you throw the feed out, but otherwise they take care of themselves. I currently serve on the board of a nonprofit that serves kids who have loved ones that suffer from alcoholism or addiction. A friend and I also started an education-based website focusing on acceptance. At first, I thought my interests were wildly all over the place, but after taking the career assessment, I can see that they are all service-based. Wow, that is so awesome. And we have a picture of her, right? There she is. There's Shelly. Trick or teach. Oh, I love that. So fun. She is now moving forward to see how best she can serve and do what she was called to do, which is loving, serving, and guiding others. That is so awesome. I absolutely love that. She mentions the Get Clear Career Assessment. This is the assessment that allow you to just answer questions about yourself. You don't have to sit there and wrestle with pen and paper or pencil and paper. We'll walk you through the questions, and you're going to get a detailed report on your talent, what you do best, your passion, the work you love to do, and your mission, the results that really motivate you. Plus, it'll fill out for you a purpose statement filled in with those top answers from Talent, Passion, Mission. It's a fabulous resource at kencoleman.com. Go get it now. 844-747-2577 is the number. Hey, my time is up, but remember this before I let you go, you matter, and you do have what it takes. Thank you for joining us. This is the Ken Coleman Show. Press on.